Calvin Harris just released his widely anticipated FUnk Wav Bounces Volume 2. And I'm kind of disappointed in this one, but I do feel like there are some things that are definitely highlights. I feel like Calvin does have a lot of very interesting beats, and he has a wide variety of artists that, kind of aren't all really the same vibe, and he kind of gets them to create a similar vibe at least. And I think there are a lot of parts where it sounds good. I feel like Calvin does have some great production on this entire album. But let's just go off with a track by track thing and, show some of the weaknesses. Starting off with the intro, I think the intro sounds pretty good. It starts us off with a nice solid guitar riff and gets us into the instrumentals and vibes that Calvin kind of wants to bring onto the album. But then we get into New Money, which I wasn't the biggest fan of when it came out, and it hasn't really grown on me at all. I think 21 sounds kind of bored, or he doesn't really fit the vibe that the song's bringing. He's kind of toned down compared to the Calvin beat, which, they don't clash, but they just don't really work together with him sounding a lot more toned down and then the beat sounding a little bit more upbeat and him just kind of being below the beat the entire song. Then we go to Potion, which I feel like the guitar riff at the start kind of starts us off on a whole different thing. And then it kind of changes when Dua's chorus comes in. But I think her chorus sounds pretty solid and just overall is a nice solid chorus. But I feel like Thug just does not add to it at all. And his contributions on the song just don't really fit. I feel like they don't fit the Calvin Harris vibe. And it just, overall the song is pretty generic, especially on a Dua. It just sounds like a Dua Lipa song basically. And then Young Thug's just kind of weirdly thrown on it, which sounds weird. And then I think we go to Women of the Year. I think it sounds pretty solid. I mean, the beat sounds good. But when Stefflon Don kind of comes on, it just doesn't really fit. But I feel like as the song goes on, each artist kind of fits more to the song, which is really weird because Coi Leray sounds really good on this, which, is super weird because I'm not the biggest fan of her at all. But she sounds good on this. And I wish she could get more songs with Calvin Harris because this might be the best verse I've ever heard from her. Either way, each of them don't really fit together, but it kind of works all together, but it's not that great of a song in my opinion. Then we go to Obsessed, which is Charlie Puth, and this does not sound good because Charlie Puth, he puts on a weird little voice in my opinion, and they try to make his voice fit the song, but it just doesn't really work. And then Shensi, I don't really know how to pronounce her name. She sounds interesting, but her voice kind of moves a lot, from up to pitch, high pitch, low pitch, and it just does not fit, especially with Charlie doing his weird little changing his voice thing. I don't really know. It just, he's trying to put on a weird voice to fit the song, and to me it just doesn't work at all. And the chorus could sound good, but yeah, Charlie's kind of doing too much to make his voice fit the song. And then we have New to You. I already reviewed this one, but I think this one's kind of grown on me. The beat just starts off so angelic, and I feel like Normani's voice also tries too hard to fit the beat because some parts of the words are kind of cut off to sound better on the beat, but it kind of does work. And I wish she just kind of sung normally. I don't think Offset fits as much on the song because he sounds a little bored, but it doesn't sound bad. And then Tinashe, she sounds really good, and I think just the song has grown on me a little bit, but it's not anything super amazing. Then we go to Ready or Not, which is weird because Busta Rhymes and Calvin Harris is a really just weird collaboration that I would not expect to happen, but it kind of works because Calvin kind of turns off his production side, which I feel like is a big problem on this album, where he just kind of overproduces and the artists don't really do much, and it's mostly just the production kind of overshadowing them. But I feel like on this one, he doesn't really do much and kind of just lets Busta do his thing, and it kind of works weirdly, even though these are two of the most weird collaborations of artists. Busta Rhymes has a super deep voice that I feel really doesn't fit the upbeat sound that Calvin Harris tries to do, but it kind of works because Calvin just kind of tones it off and sounds like this and kind of lets Busta do his thing on the more upbeat vibe that he creates with the kind of background production, which it really works. I think this might be my favorite song on the album, or one of my favorite songs. I just feel like it sounds good. And then next up, we got Stay With Me with Halsey. Kind of starts off the song just with a spoken word type thing. on the chorus, and I feel like that doesn't really work, but they kind of each do their own little chorus, which, isn't that bad, but I feel like Justin is kind of toned out of the song, which, to me sounds a little weird because I feel like his voice is pretty nice, but Pharrell, I think, sounds good. I feel like Pharrell, really fits the Calvin Harris production, this and the other song he's on, which I think, I don't know, I'll talk about it later, but I think he sounds really good on both of these songs, and I think Pharrell just fits Calvin Harris really well. But I think the Halsey damn sound bite that they use throughout the song really just doesn't work. I don't know, it sounds really weird. And I wish the Pharrell chorus could have been used on a song with more rappers or someone else that's going to do a verse, versus all three of these artists are clearly chorus type singers and not really verse singers, which, it doesn't really work on this, but it's not a bad song. I just feel like the Halsey damn soundbite kind of takes me off of it, and Halsey's addition to the song doesn't really work. The next one is Stay With Me Part 2, which I think also is kind of the same thing with the last one. Justin's kind of toned out of the song. It's just kind of with the 21 Savage thing where the beat is really above him instead of them being at the same level or him being above the beat, which doesn't really work, especially with someone with such a great voice like Justin. It just, I don't know, it doesn't really do much. The next one is Somebody Else, and then this one, isn't that bad, weirdly with the Georgia Smith thing, but they kind of fight each other to get the listener's attention, where Georgia Smith and the beat kind of just go over each other and are fighting each other to get the listener's attention, and it doesn't really work. I wish Calvin just kind of let Georgia do her thing instead of trying to get over her and trying to, I don't know, make it sound kind of like the 21 Savage song, but they're both fighting against each other. And then Lil Durk just kind of comes in out of nowhere and just joins the song, and then he just does not flow on the beat at all, and it just, I don't know, it just does not sound good. And he kind of just, does his own he does his own thing on his own songs, and he takes it onto this, and it just doesn't work in my opinion. And I don't know, it just, he kind of just jumps onto the track. He's there for 25 seconds, I feel and then he's off, and he's just not flowing on the beat or anything at all. I might like Georgia Smith's voice on this, but it just doesn't work. Then we got Nothing More to Say. I feel like Black, really fits a song in the vibe more than a lot of the other artists, and him and Calvin kind of create a funky vibe. And then the other guy is Doneo, and I feel like he really sounds good on the track, but he's kind of just thrown onto the back, and he has a really repetitive verse, but he actually fits the vibe of the song, which, works well. Then we go to Live My Best Life, and I feel like Snoop Dogg just sounds a little bit too slow, where it's the thing where a human face just sounds or it looks a little bit off to you, or the uncanny valley. This is that, where it's just it sounds just a little bit too slow to sound really good, which just looks weird, or sounds weird. And then Lotto is up next, and I feel like she sounds really good at the beginning of her verse, just like Coi Leray did in the beginning of the album, where these are two women artists that I don't really like on their own sound, but they sound really good on this. But then she just kind of goes off that after 2 or 3 bars of that sounding really good, and does her own thing, which doesn't sound that bad, but it isn't that amazing to me. So it kind of works in my opinion. Then we go to Lean On Me with Sway Lee, and I feel like he fits the beat, but sometimes he doesn't flow that well. But the vibe kind of works on this. I feel like Calvin and Sway Lee, they really fit the vibe. And then it just, is a lot more toned down than the other songs, and they both do their thing without encroaching on each other or infringing on each other, which happens in a lot of the other parts of the album. And then last up we got Day One. I feel like Pharrell, he sounds really good on this one, and just the beat and Pharrell, they just work together, like I was saying earlier. And then I feel like Pusha T is probably the best feature on this album, as just a rapper, because he kind of tries to fit the vibe of the album instead of trying to do his own rapping thing, which it really works on this. And I feel like he's doing his he's taking his style while trying to fit to Calvin's style, because he still does his little coke rap, but it just does it on a Calvin style beat, and he tries to sound like another artist would on a Calvin Harris beat. So it does work, and I think this whole album is a little disappointing to me because Calvin Harris did really, overproduce the album in some parts, and a lot of artists just didn't do their thing. But there are some good standout tracks, and I don't think the album's that bad. It's just pretty disappointing to me. So I'm going to give this one a 5.